everyone, and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle. And today we have the last video of Christmas in July. July is over. I'm going to have a review video on my Instagram though, so make sure you check that out. That should be up tomorrow, I think. Anyway, today we are going to play with the Gina Designs Holiday Wreath Builder. I had this in my box of Christmas things that I had not used, Christmas slash holiday things that I had not used, and went, you know what, it's been a while since I played with my Wreath Builder. It's such a fun and easy go-to technique that I have in my back pocket, and I went, let's do this. So I'm doing two different cards today, and one thing I don't usually do is square cards. Just kind of interesting when you consider how much I like the Wreath Builder, and it's really designed to work the best with square cards. It's just not something I reach for very often. So I decided to actually go with a very simple square card this time, and with Wreath Builder, square cards are really, really easy because it's pretty much just a few things and you're done. So I am just doing some ink blending here with some distress inks, and I am going to kind of fade them out. So the first card is going to be a winter more theme, and the second one's going to be more of a traditional holiday wreath, but that one doesn't come out as good if you ask me. So this one is the better one. So I am just using some light purple and blue distress colors, and the actual colors will be in the description down below, and I'm just blending those on, but I wanted to leave the center part white, so it kind of goes from the purple into the blue and then sort of fades to white. My blending is not great, but it works. So I have put the Wreath Builder template in my Misty, and I will say this was one of the things I was most excited for getting the Brutus Monroe Stampin' Stick mat for, because my Wreath Builder template likes to move a lot when I just use it with the magnets. So I was really hoping that the stick and stamp mat would help to keep it in place, and it really does. It really made a difference, and this mat is even starting to lose its stick a little bit just because it's older, and I use it a lot. But it still helped hold my stencil in place, and I was a lot less nervous about my stencil moving around while I worked. Or my template, I guess it's not really a stencil, it's a template, isn't it? But you get the idea. So I just grabbed a Snowflake stamp. This is out of the Holiday Wreath Builder set. Like I said, I had found it in my box of things for the holidays that I hadn't used yet, and first of all, that's embarrassing because I've definitely had this since it came out, but you know, it was time to use it. So I pulled it out, and here we go. So basically, I also don't have the cool new Wreath Builders. I should say this. There is a new and improved Wreath Builder version out. There's also the mini and the large. This is just the OG version. I don't have the new and improved one with the nice handy dandy alignment guides, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when we do the second wreath, because that's when it comes to kind of bite me in the butt that I don't have those, and I'll talk about why those are nice to have. But wreath building with these templates is so easy. If you're actually familiar with the Concrete and Turnabout stamps, it's a similar concept, but I actually think these are easier to use. Don't get me wrong, I love a good turnabout stamp, but you don't have to worry about quite as much about like the alignment guides and that kind of thing with this. So I basically will start with this way. One tip I have, because I used to do this wrong all the time, is always start with it in the square spot and not the diamond spot. That's what I call them, because you'll see here's the diamond spot. So always start with the square spot, not the diamond spot. And don't try to start on the corners. I used to try to start on the corners all the time too, and that never usually works out very well. So I always try to start in the middle. So I just used the Snowflake, and I'm just switching back and forth between a blue and a purple. I have Gina Designs Blue Denim and Gina Designs Plum Punch is what I'm using for my colors, and I had a couple different snowflakes in the set, and it's just a matter of rotating. So you stamp and you pick up the paper and you turn it. You stamp, you pick up the paper and you turn it. Try to go the same direction every time. I know I've always seen like Gina and other people always turn it clockwise, and I managed to do that in this video, but if I'm being honest, this is really the first time I think I ever actually managed to turn the piece clockwise all the way around pretty much. I always tend to want to go counterclockwise, and I haven't really seen anything weird come out of that, but I feel like we should trust Gina and the people who know more and actually do it clockwise. I don't know. I am right-handed, but I seriously try to do everything left-handed. I used to get in trouble in gym class because I would always try to bat left-handed, and they're like, you're not left-handed. You're right-handed. So I don't know. I always want to do everything to, like, my left instead of my right, which is really weird. But it's just a me thing. This is the Lawn Fawn Magic Messages set. And for the holidays, they have a few other ones, too. And I bought these sets, this set in particular, literally with the idea that I was going to use it for greetings in the middle of wreaths, because I thought it was going to be perfect. So when I pulled out the holiday wreath builder, I pulled out this set too, and it works swimmingly. So if you are looking for more, if you already have the wreath builder kind of stuff, and you are looking for more greetings to put inside of your wreath builder, you definitely need to check out those Lawn Fawn Magic Messages sets, because they work perfectly, as I hoped they would, although I had never tried it before this video. What you just saw there, at the end, that really quick clip, I have a spray, a sparkle spray, and I just sprayed some of that on the Snowflake one to give it a little more sparkle. And now we're going to make the Christmas wreath. So, this part is relatively normal. As far as making the wreath, it's not until the very end that I start to have issues with where the alignment guide would have been very useful. So I'm just stamping the sprig and rotating it around as you normally do with a wreath builder. And you can see I did actually manage to go clockwise again. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. And I'm not gonna lie, looking at this, like, okay, well, looking at this half done and then knowing where it ends up when it's fully done, I could have honestly even just left it like this and then put little flowers in it. It would have been really cute, but I didn't. And that is one thing with wreath building. It's really easy to go from well done to overdone. It is very, 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 very easy to do. And this one is right on the edge of I may have done too much. So I am going in now just with a different leaf and lining it up, or branch, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to do that one in a lighter green. The first one was Christmas Pine, because that is my all-time favorite green ink ever that I own, and I'm still really upset that they had to discontinue the paper, because Christmas Pine was just like the best green ever in existence, and I don't even like green that much, but Christmas Pine made me happy, and so I'm really sad they had to discontinue the paper. So I'm still trying to find something that's really similar. I think, to me, the closest thing I found so far, I had gotten some of the Tailored Expressions jalapeno paper in my Crop and Create box last time, and that was the closest thing I've seen so far, although it's a little more blue than the Christmas Pine is, but so it's a little more of like a teal than a green per se, but it's okay. It's okay. I will find something, I'm sure. I'm also looking for a really good, if any of you know of a really good like burgundy or cranberry colored paper, let me know, because I'm very much on the hunt. So let me know in the comments down below if you have a favorite like burgundy / cranberry colored paper. I've kind of been eyeing up the Hero Arts one, but I haven't gotten any yet. So you should let me know what your favorite is in the comments so I can check it out. Now I am just stamping some branches, and this is really where I should have started to be like, it's fine where it is, but I wanted to add a little extra color in, and I should have done, like, I'm sitting here going, I could have used my Nuvo drops, I could have used some of the other, like, sticky bling that I have, I could have used sequins, like, I had so many more options than what I did in the end, but I made the choices that I made, and it's not the end of the world. Like I said, it's not horrible, it's just, I've done better. We all have projects like that, right? Like, I've done better. So anyway, so I decided, I looked at this and I liked it, but I wanted like some color kind of going on, but I didn't really want to cover up anything I had done, and I could have used, there's these little berry stamps in there, and I could have used that, and it probably would have worked, just, it would have done what I wanted it to do, in all honesty, but I didn't do that, and I went with this poinsettia flower instead around the outside, and it just doesn't look like it fits. Now, again, this is where I'm kind of saying that alignment guide from the new version would be super helpful, because I could have stamped it on the alignment guide on the star piece from the new version, and I could have seen that this was not going to go how I wanted it to go, and I could have just not done this part. But you know what? It's okay. I did it. Like I said, it's not the best thing I've ever done, but I've also made wreaths and other things that were much worse than this, and yeah. So this is kind of our throwback week of Christmas in July for the last week. Something fun, something easy, and something that I just don't really play with as often as I should, and something a little different in terms of a square card, because I will usually turn these into A2 size cards, or I will use the larger wreath builders now to make essentially A2 sized wreaths, or do sprays or ovals, or not so much ovals. I have another video from like last fall where I did the wreath builder with the new large wreath builder, and I did like an oval card. So, if you want to check that out, you definitely can. I should really make a wreath builder playlist too, but I should make a lot of playlists, and I haven't gotten around to that. But speaking of that, I also wanted to, while I glue this together, I'm just putting some foam tape on the back of some pattern paper that I cut, just to be a background. I did want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Christmas in July 2020 actually brought a whole bunch of new subscribers to Sam's Crafty Castle, and I am just wanted to say thank you for being here and watching my videos and interacting with my videos, and I'm just really, really happy to have you here. And I think it's kind of crazy that you like what I put out there, but I appreciate you. So thank you again so much for subscribing to my channel. And I'm just adding some of the Gina K Designs mini snowflakes to the snowflake card, just to add a little something to it. I wish you guys could see the sparkle better on this one from the sparkle spray, because it's actually really, really pretty, but it's hard to capture glitter and sparkle on camera sometimes, so you don't really get to see it, but that's okay. So this is the little bit bigger one. So the wreath builder, I don't think I said this earlier, comes in 2 sizes. So I actually use both sizes here. The snowflake one is the smaller size, which I think is, I can't remember now, so I'm gonna look it up. It's the smaller one. The traditional wreath is the newer styled one, or the newer styled one. No, it's the bigger one. And I'm just cutting up some pattern paper here to layer underneath, and that's that. I think okay, this is where I ran out of tape runner. I was very bad, and I entirely ran out of tape runner, so I just used some liquid glue. I'm kind of embarrassed that I had nothing. I had no like replacement tape runner refills in my house. It was so bad. It was so bad. So embarrassing. Okay, so like 2 sizes the wreath builder comes in are 3 3/4, so that's the size of the smaller one, of the snowflake one, and then this one is 4 inches, which I knew that one, I just couldn't remember the smaller one. And then we're going to put some foam tape on, just to pop it up. I'm actually almost out of foam tape too, which is actually really exciting, because I am one who usually shies away from foam adhesive, and I've been using it a lot more, which is nice, because I actually have quite a bit of it, and I should be using it. And I'm finding myself reaching for it for a little bit more often now, which is kind of nice. And there we go. That's it. That's a wrap on Christmas in July. Next month we start fall cards, which are just as fun. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you again soon. And have a crafty day.